welcome you inside Lumen Field on your standard rain-filled afternoon in Seattle, Washington.
Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start on the ground with Gore. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now it's Wilson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. On 1st down, it's Gore. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. The Seahawks had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. And some room to maneuver. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Rams. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. They'll run on first down. It's Williamson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Rams have got it back.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about bad weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, this defense for the Rams, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover. They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Got to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And it'll be intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique. And
he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Wilson getting right back to it after the pick six.
Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field.
And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game. And the Rams are going to have it here at their own 15. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
And he's got it down to the 28.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. 2nd and 6.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's got his big tight end here. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he will slide down with the 1st down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
He's going to keep this again.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Rams go up by 2 touchdowns.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 1st down, Wilson.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Now Wilson on first down. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
For these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
65 yard.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, why we look at the defense. They came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there. 28 yards.
And the Rams continue to pull away here in this first half.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
They'll try and start the drive here with Gore.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Another carry now for Gore.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here we go, it's Gore. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
the middle they go with Gore. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
18 Rattlers, 18 Rattlers, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, 60 Mavericks, 60 Mavericks.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And this is caught inside the 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try and push it in with Gore. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there.
With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. They'll try and run it with Gore. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. Again, 11 on the play.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On play action, they'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And with the dime worked on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half.
So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So he'll decide to keep this once more. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
He'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired up the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 106 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, just like last play. Again, they run. Again, it's Gore. And he's got some space here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here's Gore now, running out of the gun. And some nice running, going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams' 27. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Drops it underneath to Gore. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
On 1st down, it's Williamson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Mustang 19. Buffalo 18.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4th.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. He's got room at the 30. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. With his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Rams are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now left side on the swing pass. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to the ground, this time with Gore. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 3rd down, Williamson. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Williamson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll try it up the gut with Gore. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, it's Williamson. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up.
He's got it at the 15. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Again, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Back to throw again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll set up a throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. He'll drop to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete.
Here we go.
And oh no, they spike it here. That was 4th down. So they spike it on 4th down, and they will lose the football.
Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense.